The year 2000, I stumbled upon a story that actually happened or that was narrated at about the 1st century BC, around the time of the great kings. It was narrated by a great man, a great king, the wisest man that ever lived, and that's King Solomon. The story goes like this: that there was a small town, and a great king compassed the town. They besieged the town. And besiege is an old term for when an army surrounds a city, like what you can see there, with the aim of forcefully taking over the city or destroying the city. So this great king came, besieged this small town, but in that town, there was a poor, wise man. A poor but wise man who, according to the story, through his wisdom, don't forget who is narrating the story, King Solomon, the wisest king ever. He said the wise man, through his wisdom, saved the city. But, this is the sad thing. This is what got me depressed from the story. The man was not remembered. How can you be that wise and yet not be remembered? Let me break it down. The great king represents today, in today's business world, the great king represents the multinationals that come in with a lot of money, a lot of funds. And like you know, every great king, they come with a lot of money and fund to swallow up the small businesses or to take up industries. We know a lot that is happening right now in our country. And great kings have these things. They have soldiers. And the soldiers represent skilled labor. They can employ anybody from anywhere. All they want is just the idea, and their team can execute the idea. They have arsenals, which represent equipment, tools, state-of-the-art production materials that they can use to execute whatever thing, idea they've taken, or any industry they want to take. Then lastly, they have the kingdom, which represents edifice. They have structures. While the small business guy is trying to run a small shop, they can buy a whole street. They have all it takes to run the business. Then, if such people are around, which actually they are around, what hope does the small businessman have? What hope does that fresh graduate that just left university is trying to start up in the same industry that these great kings are? Is there any hope? Would there be a hope? How can you survive when you have people like Dangote competing with you? When you have people like Google competing with you? And the big names you have around. Anyway, the small town. The small town represents industries that are not yet fully tapped. And there are still very many industries here right now that are not fully tapped. And in the industry, there are players already who are already in there. But they are just scratching the surface of this industry. They are there. They are doing the business either as survivalist entrepreneurs. That's the entrepreneurs that do business just to survive. They do business just to pay the bills, not really to take over. So they are there. Good? So the poor wise man represents those guys. They have what it takes to do the business. Even if the multinationals that they come in, they still need the expertise of these guys to get the job done. And of course, somebody takes the credit. They will take the credit. However, these small guys, this small business have only one challenge. And that challenge has been my burden. That challenge is the reason why I'm in business. They have no name. They could get the job done. Just like most young entrepreneurs today. They go about doing their businesses. But do they take the credit for the execution? They don't. They have no name. Look at those two products. No name. And if you don't have a name, you cannot be remembered. And if you are not remembered, you can't have repeat customers. They are nameless. Professional excellence doesn't determine success in any way. You might be the best at what you do. You might be a first-class student. It does not guarantee success in the business world. You might have the best ideas, but the guy that is branded takes credit for it. And that is my next point. Brands don't rule the ideas, don't rule the world anymore. Brands do. An idea that's not branded can be bought over. If you don't have a name, you cannot be remembered. So, let me go to my point. What's the importance of having a name? First and foremost, name provides narrative. And when I say name, I mean a brand, because a name is one of the major components of a brand. Name provides narrative. It helps people understand something that would have taken longer time to be explained. Names is a faster way to recall an event or an experience. For instance, when there was hurricane sometime, it was named what? Hurricane Katrina. So it explains all the experience that happened, all the things that happened in that period of time. Okay? 2, it's the quickest way to capture an idea. There are several brands that we know. Those brands are just ideas that were just captured. The idea remains anonymous until it is named. 3rd one, it is the key to establishing your business in the heart of your customer, business, product, or services in the heart of your customer. Because if they don't remember, they can't call you back for another transaction. And we know that the success of every business is in repeat customer. Customer that goes but comes back for more. So, how do you get people to remember you? How do you get people to remember you? Because I know there are many people. Okay, someone will say, my business is registered. I have a name. But do they know your name? Don't forget that the poor wise man that was mentioned had a name. You can't tell me that he was a nameless man. He just didn't do the first thing. He didn't state his name. He was busy doing the job, getting the job done, but was too busy to state his name. That was his first mistake. And the mistake is being corrected today. When you hear all these musicians sing, the first thing they do is what? Call their name. Second one, he did not consolidate the name. What do I mean by consolidating the name? He didn't register the name in the heart of his clients or the people he was dealing with. Consolidating your name has to do with you restating your name and strategies that get your customers to remember your name. And you could do this through many different touch points. Social media, print a book. For instance, you have an idea. You can own the idea by placing your name on that idea. you have a business, an idea for a product, you can own that idea or that product by placing your name on it. For instance, you can write a book on that idea. You can create products, branded products from that idea, tangible or intangible products. Then lastly, always leave your name behind. How do you leave your name behind? Drop a card, a business card. Give a gift that has your name on it. Just ensure your name is on the decision maker's front, or anybody you want to deal with. Either on his desk, his WhatsApp, on social media, but always leave your name behind. These are the key ways to get people to remember you. And these are just different parts of branding that you should look at as a business person. Campaigns, you need logo designs, you need packaging, naming, messaging, blah, 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 stuff like that. Okay, but that's not what I'm going to. So this is my story. And it's a very simple one. I was in Warri some years ago, and I met a young man in the front of a bank. I was coming out of the bank, he was going to the bank. I saw the guy, just like, very handsome looking guy. So I walked up to him. He was carrying a roll-up stand. I said, okay, for this guy to be carrying a roll-up stand, he must be somebody that understands seminars, programs, or things like that, or product activation. So I went to meet him. I said, okay, we are into brand management, and we sell branding materials, blah, 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 blah. Then I gave him my card. I didn't see the man. I didn't see him again. We didn't see until after about a year. I got a cold call. Got a call from the Blues. Hey, my name is. We met so place. Can we do business? And I heard we did the first business. It didn't end like that. He called me again after 2 months. That would you love to share your ideas on TEDx? I said yes, of course. And that singular business card that is not up to 15 naira is making me stand on this platform today. The young man I met is Mr. Godwin, the organizer of this TEDx. So that is the importance of you leaving your name behind. You may never know when the call will come and how big that thing can lead you. Now, this is your assignment. Right now, in the world, a lot of problems are rising every day. There are many global challenges that are beckoning for solutions, and aliens won't provide these solutions. All of us have these different solutions embedded on the inside of us. And this is why whatever you do, whatever solution you decide to offer, whatever thing you choose to do, please brand it, own it, package it, and that is the only, and ensure you do it in a way that you will stand out, and assure you that definitely you will be rewarded and remembered. Thank you very much.